Alan Stratton from As Wood Turns. For this wood turning project, I'm going to make a salt urn out of this piece of hard maple. This was demonstrated a bit ago at the Northwest Woodturners meeting. That meeting was indeed in turn based on a demonstration made at the Willamette Woodturners Association, which was in turn based on Keith Gottschall. But this presentation at the Northwest was made by Terry Gerros. I liked it. I thought about dolling this up and making it a little bit fancier, but no, I think the KISS principle still applies in wood turning also. So I'm just going to keep it simple and make a simple salt urn or salt shaker from this piece of hard maple.
My stock was round, so I mounted it between centers, trued it up a little bit, and turned tenons on each end in order to start it. Then in parting it off, make sure that you do not try to part it all the way between centers like this, but to just start it and finish it off with a saw, either a hand saw in the lathe or a bandsaw or other saw. Then first step then is to mount the top into the 4-jaw chuck and bore out the center. I chose to use a Forstner bit and use the air to blow away these shavings and to try and cool the bit a little bit. Still must take it in nice easy steps because the bit gets very, very hot in this maple from the friction. Then mark off the depth of the cavity. Don't want to tool through that, and then start forming the outside. I chose to make a somewhat of a base and keep it very simple design. Then a bit of a sweep up with the side from a V groove near the base. Used a piece of wire between wooden handles to burn the black line. That black line does better job than any other kind of ink or dye. Then remark the top of the cavity as it disappeared in the other tooling, and continue forming the top of the salt shaker. Then I'll use the wire to again burn a line. This one does dual duty. It marks the top of the cavity for my purposes. It is also a decorative touch for the other. One tip I picked up from Ellie Avicera is to use a beeswax and mineral oil mixture. This is 4 ounces of beeswax to 1 pint of mineral oil, heated in a double boiler and then cooled to a nice paste consistency. Then mount the portion that will become the funnel. Turn it to rough shape to begin with, because we need it to fit into the cavity. First step is to make sure that it will actually go in there. Then carefully, very, very carefully, size the top of the funnel to the opening in the salt shaker. I wish I could say it only took me 2 fittings. It took me many, many attempts in order to get that exactly correct. You don't want to overshoot, and so it's a long, slow process. Then finish the curve on the funnel. You don't want a straight-sided funnel. You want it more of a parabola, which allows more salt to be in the bottom because of the curve and the greater volume that's allowed there. Then remount the top and put the funnel portion into the bottom and turn a funnel into the bottom of the funnel. Now this is not just to provide an attractive base, this is actually how you get salt into the salt shaker, so it needs to be somewhat of a funnel arrangement. For the salt hole, I used a 7/64" drill bit, which seems to be adequate, and then treated it with the wax also. Then as I was sanding, it was too loose by then, so I used a paper towel to provide a little bit more of a gripping surface. Then finish the funnel, then flip the top around again, now on the long nose jaws for the 4-jaw chuck, to finish the very, very top, and used the paste wax. I sanded it first, very good, and then applied a little texture with the texturing tool to the top, marked that off, colored it a little bit, cleaned up the color, then a little more wax to seal that, and then applied the friction polish to finish. Shaking is a little bit different. This is not a salt shaker that you invert, you simply shake it, and if properly done, salt comes out, and here it is. Nice salturn salt shaker. Please subscribe and please like this video.